Hello everyone, it is Saturday, January 25th, and at the beginning of this year I set out a goal to make one of these every day. Whoops, there we go. And to do a granny square every day. Now, before I get to the birds, the granny square thing is like this. I use 35 granny squares to make a blanket, and this month only has 31 days. And so I thought, well, I better double up on some of the days to make sure I hit my goal of having enough squares for a blanket. But then I realized I didn't really even calculate that properly, because of the way I do it is after I make the squares, like, let's see, like here's one of my squares, then I outline each square with the color that I'm going to sew them together with. Well, I wasn't figuring the outlining in with my squares, but here's 35 squares. So this is going to be a green themed blanket. And I have to do all the outlining, but still I think I can do all the outlining and put it all together by the end of the month. Now, I don't know that I'm going to try to finish a blanket every month, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's get to the birds. These lovely birds, 25 birds. So I was just doing one bird per day, and let me just get them all out here. So I did the whole book. I finished the book yesterday on day 24. So let me just go back over what I have already done and what you haven't seen yet. Okay, so this was number 1, the little cockatoo. And I'm not going to show them to you in order because I don't remember what order I did them in. Here's a little puffin. This is a little rockhopper penguin. Here's the emu. And the toucan. And the macaw. And the flamingo, which I'm going to put him aside because I want to talk about him a little bit. The peacock. And the hummingbird. Okay, now to get to the ones you haven't seen, in no particular order. You have the swan, the eagle, the duck, little mallard duck. And now this one is not a bird. It's in the book, but it's not a bird. It's a mammal. That's the bat. And the hen. Dump these out. And the kingfisher. He's like, I think he's probably my favorite one. And this is the blue tit. And the pigeon. Get back over here. And the chicken, the egg. This is a robin. I think this was the robin. And the seagull. And I didn't show this one last time, but okay, let's get them fluffed up a little bit. Here's the ostrich. And the stork. And the owl. And the blackbird. So that's all 25. And I haven't decided which book I'm going to do for February, but probably the ocean ones. I think there's 25 in that one too. So, so let me just talk about the book a little bit, because she will give you the picture of the bird in the pattern. I'll just show you really quick. But there are no otherwise instructional pictures. So sometimes you kind of have to guess. And for example, with this flamingo, the instructions on the feathers were a little nebulous. So I was like, well, are there supposed to be 6 little feathers or 5 feathers? And I just ended up with 5 and called it a day. But a case could be made for there being 6. And there are a lot of times in the patterns where, especially with that body shape, this body shape, which this is all just one piece, where, you know, if you're doing an amigurumi and they're in the round, your center moves to, because I'm right-handed, so my center is going to move to the right. If you're left-handed, your center is going to move to the left. So sometimes you have to take an extra stitch to pull it back into the center and start a new, have a new starting point. But the patterns don't take that into account necessarily. So I was having to constantly adjust, and because you want to keep the body symmetrical to the head. So if you're starting a new row and you're in the center and you have to increase, like I know there was one time she said do 6 increases. If I had done it that way, it would have thrown the body shape off. So I had to do just 3 at the beginning and then 3 increases at the end to just keep it symmetrical. So there was a lot of adjustments I had to make on that kind of body shape. Now this body shape here, there was the head and this part, which are 2 separate pieces, and there's a lot that have these 2 pieces, and there really wasn't any reason for her to make it into 2 pieces. She could have easily just done it in one. So I don't know why she didn't, but anyways, they're just little things like that, and just parts where she wasn't real clear in the way she described her instructions. So I still made it work, probably because I've just done amigurumi for so many years. It's like, okay, well, I'll just do this little tinker with it and make it work. But for a beginner who's never made amigurumi before, this might be a little bit of a challenge to know how to tweak things. What else? I just had another thought that I was going to say about this book. But anyhow, that's my review of this book. I'm sure the other 2 will have the same issues with tinkering, but we'll see. You know, there is no like standardized language for describing what you want done. Some pattern makers are more descriptive than others, and some you're kind of like, well, what did you really mean? So that is my review of that book. Now, hold on a second. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about panic buying, which I know a lot of you are panic buying right now. If you buy from Joann's and you're concerned that they will truly be kaput within a couple months, you're panic buying. And I did some panic buying. Now my yarn has not arrived, and not all of it has even been processed. But by next Friday, it should start coming in. But I ordered 35 skeins of yarn, including some that I had never ordered, types that I had never ordered before. But like I never ordered that Vortex yarn because normally I'm just a solid color yarn person because that's what I need for amigurumi. But that Vortex yarn was on sale for $2.99, and normally it was like $6.99. That's over 50% savings. So I ordered some because I thought, stupid me, I thought, well, it looks like this would be good for making hats. Now, do I make hats? No, I don't make hats because I never get them right. So here's to making hats that aren't going to be right, but I'll make hats. Somebody will wear them, just probably not the one that they're intended for. But let me see, where's my list? I ordered 35 skeins of yarn. 35. And I should have ordered one more because I am almost out of Red Heart Super Saver charcoal, which I don't go through much of it. In fact, the skein that I'm nearly out of, I've probably been working on it for a few years because I really very rarely use it, but you gotta have it. However, I have a $5 reward from Michael's. So I'll go in and get it from Michael's this week because I think they have it on sale. And that's another thing I'm going to tell you about those Michael's rewards. Now, I did not have $5 worth of rewards. I had like $3 and some worth of rewards, which of course you can't redeem it unless you have increments of 5. But you can wait Michael's out and they will up your rewards for you. So I haven't ordered online from Michael's or even bought anything from Michael's for a couple months. But you know what? They upped me to $5. So I'll go redeem that reward. So that's just something to keep in mind if you order from Michael's, but your reward's not high enough, you can wait them out and they will raise it up for you. So anyways, back to Joann's. I ordered 35 skeins of yarn. One of them I ordered 4 of, which I don't think I meant to order 4. I think I only meant to order 2, but I'm getting 4. It's the Rev Electric Slime, so it's very green, and well, I'll just make another green Afghan. I have no idea where I'm going to put all this yarn, but in case Joann's is kaput, you know, I'm just going to be happy that I got it at a good price. Now the question is, if it is kaput in a couple months, what happens to all that yarn? I mean, it's not being shipped back to Turkey, at least the big twist is not going back. None of it's going to go back to the manufacturer. So will it end up in like Five Below or Big Lots or, you know, they have to do something with it. So where will it end up? If anybody hears any whispers about where it might end up, please make sure you post it big and broad and have everybody repost it so that we can go take advantage of it. I even told my brother, and he had heard the news. Now he and his wife do quilting on their, they have some kind of professional quilting sewing machine. I don't know if they have a Bernina, but I said, look, you need to go to Joann's and get supplies now. And he and his wife had already made their list of what to get and had gone and stocked up for their quilting supplies. And I see a lot of other people. I've watched one channel, and this one gal had bought $1,000 worth of this discounted yarn. Now I thought, well, good grief, I got such a good deal. You know, this is 2 days later, that maybe I should just go back and order more, because I just can't just drop into a Joann's because I don't have a car, so I just don't go to Joann's. So I thought, well, I'll just order more. But I went online and the prices still looked the same, but when they went into my shopping cart, they had raised the prices. So those good sales are done. And that's probably fine anyways. We'll see what I do with 10 skeins of Vortex yarn. But I'll tell you what colors I got. I got the Neon Rainforest, the Bird of Paradise, Northern Lights, Stardust, and Rosebush. And I wish I had gotten a couple of each color, but I didn't. So, anyways, when it starts coming in, hopefully it will all come in. Last time I ordered from Joann's, one thing got canceled, and I haven't reordered it. But anyways, I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm gonna let you go. And even though this is being recorded on Saturday, it might not get posted until Sunday. So I just hope you all have a great next week, and I will probably talk to you in another week. So talk to you soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.